Yep, you are. Had to get my welcome background up. All right, let me drop the agenda in there. But it's everyone's favorite time. We're welcoming new partners. Yeah, I know I saw someone from Cedar Park here, but we're welcoming Cedar Park Public Library in Texas and Collierville Public Library in Tennessee. Yes, I got that correct. Yes. Welcome, everyone. You went live. You did a good job. Yay. And for the Cedar Park person who's here, not to put you on the spot, but welcome. I saw you come in, but all right. We don't have any new Lido partners, but next month, get ready for those folks coming
It
in.
has been lovely, I will just say. We're enjoying it a whole lot.
Yay. All right, welcome over, but we will welcome you this entire meeting, so feel free to interject whatever you want. But all right, next up on the agenda is Cal for some Aspen Academy news.
Hey, I just wanted to make another plug for the Aspen Academy. Thank you, Miranda, for dropping that link. The next one is on April 16th, which is somehow already in about 2 weeks. So if you want to attend that session, it's called Aspen for Administrators. We're going to be going over things like permissions, and there's been a lot of changes within the last year within the admin interface. So maybe some like tips and tricks for navigating Aspen a little bit better. But please, anyone's welcome to attend and join, and all the information is at that link. And I am moving it back over to Jordan.
All right, let me go ahead and share my screen again. Hold on just a second. Oh, there we go. Okay. Also at PLA, so things are a little bit weird with the only one screen, used to having two. So just like always, we're going to go over what we plan to do this month and what we actually got done, and then our plan for next month. With the gathering, we had a few things that we didn't quite get done that we wanted to, or sorry, not the gathering, between AspenCon and then PLA. We just didn't want to start again the ungrouped graphic novels from regular books. It's a big change. So we want to have enough time, feel confident that we have enough time to do it early in the month, and then enough time to test it, make sure it works really well, fix anything we find. It's not one of those things we want to be fixing the week before release. So we decided to wait on that one. As you could see with Mark, we did get to do quite a few partner priorities and quite a few high priority bugs. Something else that we're still working on, we did some of this for Palace Project, but we want to do it more in the admin interface, is the easier translations for those larger text blocks. I don't know if you remember, I think it was last month, we had something where there's like tabs across the text blocks and then with all of your languages enabled. So you just would have to click on Spanish and then put in your Spanish translation instead of dealing with the regular interface. Palace Project Part 2, you can see that we got that one done. And then we did have a good number of accessibility fixes. We're just always kind of looking at that. We only call it out when there's, it feels like there's a little bit more than usual. We have a few more that we want to do, a little bit related to browse categories. So watch for those next release. And then we didn't talk about the permissions dashboard for Lita. Again, we weren't quite sure what we would be able to get done or not get done timing with AspenCon, which you're going to hear about later, and PLA, but we were able to get that one done. So I went ahead and called it out here. Okay, so let's, a little too far. Okay, so for 2405, really hoping, I don't think we have any conferences, so we're going to get Mark working on this one right away. The ungrouping the graphic novels from regular books, want to get that one done. Always top priorities are partner priorities and high priority bugs. You might have heard Mark tease this a little bit. We've gotten all the basics in for Palace Project, but we see some really cool opportunities with BiblioBoard. We want to do that integration a little bit differently because it can kind of be used for things like a digital archive that you might not want them indexed along with your books. It might be more appropriate to have like in the archives index. So we decided to do that collection a little bit differently. Hopefully we'll have some time to do that as well. We know that we have some additional e-commerce updates that we're going to need to do, maybe some new integrations. So wanted to call that out as well. And then the two that carried over from last time, the easier translations for text blocks and that accessibility fixes that I just talked about. So that's our plan for the 2405 release. And I don't see anything in the chat. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Kate to tell you more about AspenCon.
Thanks, Jordan. Yes, AspenCon happened. I can't believe it's almost been a month. Thank you very much for everybody who joined us in person or and virtually. If you would like to see what was happening in Golden, I will pop this link in the chat. You will see also in the slides, there are different ones, but to be honest, the community aspendiscovery.org/AspenCon 2024, that's the only one that you need because you will have all that information there as well. You will be able to read Jordan's amazing Aspen Weekly. That was a recap. Also, if you go to the schedule, you're able to watch all our streamings, view all the presentation links that we have available, and some of our workshop findings as well. We're still updating the entire website, so please keep an eye on that as well. If you notice anything missing, please let us know, and we'll try to get it sorted out as quickly as possible. Of course, if you would like to contribute to planning our next year's AspenCon, we absolutely would love to see you at our next meeting. And our next meeting is going to take place on Wednesday, April 10th. If you click on that link on the Discovery website, it will automatically take you to the Zoom invite already. It's going to be at 9 a.m. Central, 10 Eastern. I do realize that this is really early for Pacific time zone folks. So if you are in the time zone and if you're interested, please let us know as well, and we'll be happy to adjust timing as needed. One more time, thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody, for being so accommodating, especially under very unusual circumstances. Thank you to our wonderful, generous, and supportive partners. And we're already gearing up for next year. So thanks. And I'll pass it over to Tara.
Just a reminder that our community meeting is going to be coming up May 21st. And I also wanted to share a little recap of our last meeting. We had a really good discussion. Part of that discussion was around whether or not we should record those meetings. And for now, we're not planning on recording. So definitely do come to the meetings. One of the big goals of that meeting is to raise up topics, raise up priorities through the community. So definitely be there so you can be part of the conversation and raise up the things that are important to you that you think might benefit everyone else as well. We also discussed future work for the community as an organization. So possibly becoming a 501c3, having a code of conduct, being involved in more heavily involved in kind of the financial side of the future AspenCons. So if that's something of interest to you, definitely show up. But also Monitor Slack will have a thread that we're going to start on the Slack channel to talk more about that. And I wanted to give a shout out for the next meeting. We're going to try something new, having a voting activity around the bugs and enhancements that y'all want to bring up and could use some community support around. So I'm going to pop the link to the next meeting agenda in the chat, and it's really, really tiny. I don't know why. I might try that one more time. And yeah, so please do come to that meeting. Round up your bugs and enhancements that you'd like to share with everyone, and we'll do a little voting activity to try to raise some of these things on the flagpole. So hope to see you there. And also I'll pop in a link to the community website as well, which is an awesome resource with the calendar for all of our upcoming community meetings, including that May 21st meeting.
Thanks so much, Tara. And just like Tara said, we have a whole bunch of different community meetings. Something that I've heard a couple of our partners saying is they really, really, really want a Sierra meeting. And it sounds like a couple different people are trying to organize a Sierra meeting. I just have a suggestion. We already have a Sierra Slack channel. So if anyone that's interested in doing a Sierra meeting, just maybe pop into that channel and say like, yes, I'm interested. And then once you all decide on a time, a day and a time, and how frequently you want to meet, we can go ahead and get that set up so that you have a Zoom and you can meet, and that would be wonderful. So yep, there's a link to the community calendar on the agenda as well. And if you're wondering, that has all of the links. So get it on your calendar if you're interested in any one of those community meetings. And I am going to hand it over to Elise.
Hey, everybody. So actually, we have a lot of outreach stuff happening in the next month. As we know, Mark and Jordan are at PLA right this instant, and so is Bill, who is going to be live streaming right now. Hi, Bill. How's it going?
Hey, it's going great. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
All right, so we're here at PLA. See our booth. I've seen a lot of partner libraries. If y'all, anyone's around, come by and see us. Thanks, Elise.
Thank you, Bill. That is our PLA correspondent. And there's a party tonight. If any of your colleagues are attending PLA, Barley's Brewing Company, please tell them to come by. It's going to be awesome. And then later in the month, we'll be at Texas for the Texas Conference in San Antonio. And then May, we have Maryland, Delaware Joint Conference, May 8th through 10th. And at the very same time, we'll be across the country in Utah for the Utah Mountain Plains Conference. And the day before that conference, we are having a Utah Summit. Yay! So that's going to be in Salt Lake City at the Salt Lake City Public Library. So we'd really love to come see you if you are near there. The summits are a great way to learn about how other libraries are using Aspen and Koha and just network, interact, have a good time before the conference. So we hope to see you there if you're able to make it. And that's all for me. Thanks so much.
Cool. Thanks so much, Elise. That was a lot of links to drop. I wasn't sure I was going to be fast enough, but I think I managed that one. All right. We are now in open time, everyone. So if you have any questions or things you want to talk about, the floor is yours. Go for it, Michael.
Okay. So I've been inspired by a couple of other libraries, and I've been making an FAQ kind of help section on our Aspen. And I'm just curious from other people who have done that, are there things that patrons ask about that are not covered by the basic instructions on how to use the catalog? Are there things that people are wondering that you might think, oh, I wouldn't have thought of adding that, but that's a good idea?
I can speak from personal experience. They want help with e-content as well, so like how to use Hoopla and Overdrive. So I would delve at least a little bit into those, or at least provide the links for those resources so they can find how to use those resources as well.
Oh, I got the Pasco one. I use this all the time for like a partner example. The Pasco Help Center is really good.
That makes
That
me
is,
very happy. Thank you.
that's one of the ones I was using as inspiration as well.
One of my colleagues let me know that there was talk about a Koha user group at Koha US yesterday as well. So same kind of deal. If you're interested in starting a Koha group, because I know there's a lot of additional integrations we could do with Koha, go ahead and use the hashtag Koha Slack channel to organize that.
I was just gonna make a plug too for, and on the vein of the Help Center page, we do try to collect, if you haven't been to this page on our Help Center under help.aspendiscovery.org/marketing, we do try to collect all the things that you're creating as much as possible. Obviously, if I'm on your catalog and I see it, I try to link it there. But if you have other help resources that you'd like to share or add that you would like on our page, I would love to see those examples. So you can always reach out or share those with us. But it's incredible how much it helps libraries, like especially in implementation, who want to help their patrons. Collierville that just went live, one of the most recent go lives, their examples on there, they made multiple different pages related to like holds and recommendations. So we do try to collect it. So if you haven't seen this page, under tutorials on this page, there's a lot of like maybe inspiration for you or for your libraries.
We're so close to beating last month. All right. I did see a question come in, but my chat like went away. Oh, here's the question. If we wanted stats on our help page, would we need to set up Google Analytics? So statistics for, like, if you were creating it in Web Builder, is that the question?
Hi, this is Joy at Mountain View. Yeah, so I do have a help page and I use many of these examples as my basis, so thank you, community. So if I wanted to know how many people are using that page, would I have to set up Google Analytics or is there any dashboard for that?
You would need to set up Google Analytics at this time. We don't have like a separate dashboard for Web Builder. If you're linking it from your website, I know some folks use those URL shorteners as well that can log like how many times it's clicked.
Yeah, it's through Web Builder.